Welcome back to the Mountain Morning Show, and I'm very happy to have my next guest here in studio because she is talking about one of the most critical issues of our time, and that is mental health. And we're going to take a look at a clip from her film, and her name is Randi Silverman. The film is Letting Go. Let's take a look at that clip right now. Well, so there's a little look at our guest, Randi Silverman, and of course we're going to take a look at her film, No Letting Go, the trailer coming up here in just a moment or two. But this is such an important topic, and you were brought here a couple years ago by the folks here at Connect Park City. And of course you're back to talk about some of these same topics again, and we're going to need to talk about it a lot, aren't we?
Absolutely.
This is just, up until just recently, not getting the attention it really deserved.
It really hasn't, and mental health is such an important topic that impacts everybody, and whether we're talking about illness or wellness doesn't really matter. The problem is that when we're talking about our children and our young people, parents really feel isolated and alone and have so many questions. So Connect Park City, Connect Summit County,
right,
together with the Park City School District, has brought me back today to do a lunch and learn at the local library. And it's from 11:30 to 1 o'clock, and we'll be showing some clips of the film, but the purpose is to really engage people in a conversation of really understanding what youth mental health means, and to try to provide some tips and help about how to be empowered when you're dealing with a child that you love who may be struggling with their mental health.
What are some of the identifying factors right out of the gate that we should be kind of keeping our eye out for?
Identifying factors for
possibly a child that is suffering from some sort of a mental illness.
It's very difficult because how do you tell the difference between age-appropriate behavior and behavior that maybe is an early warning sign of concern? So one of the things I teach in my workshops is about how to look at behavior in terms of how a child is functioning and how impaired is a child. So a lot of it depends on the ages and stages that a child is in, and something that may be age appropriate at the age of 4 is not necessarily age appropriate at the age of 12.
Sure.
And overall, we have to understand as a culture that mental health lies on a continuum, and it's ever evolving and changing, and that's particularly true with children. So there are ways to learn how to analyze a child's behavior or moods or thoughts or feelings and sort of assess, is this something that I need to be concerned about? And if so, maybe I need to get some professional help and check it out.
Wow. This, yeah, as you said, difficult. I mean, there's so many variables there of play / just the fun, the joy of being a child and being carefree can certainly be misidentified as well. But at the same time, we're clearly not identifying kids with trouble, kids with problems.
Right. Well, I think what happens is, in the statistics, which I think just played, so I don't need to repeat them, are that half of all lifetime cases of mental illness emerge before the age of 14 years old.
Wow.
And so if we want to really get to kids before crisis, before suicide, before drug addiction, before falling apart, we need to talk about early intervention. And what that means is really speaking to the overall, how do we strengthen the overall mental health of our young people starting in kindergarten and first grade. I met with some people last night from the Park City School District, and I have to say I was amazed at how open they are to bringing in social emotional learning into the schools and to really trying to identify early warning signs so that we can get kids help before it becomes a crisis. That's really the key.
Absolutely. All right, I want to take a break, come back, we'll talk for just another moment or two about some of those, and then we're going to show the trailer as well. So that's coming up here on the program. We'll be back in just a moment. film No Letting Go, and of course this topic, what we just saw there, I think a good reminder again that it does not matter if your child is having problems. It does not matter if you are having problems. You can say that that's the only time that there's an issue, and you would be completely shutting down to the fact that regardless of who has the problem, we all have it.
Right.
Right?
We all are. Well, first of all, we all struggle at some point. Again, you can't say it's like physical health.
Yeah.
You get sick sometimes, right?
Right.
I mean, that's just life. I'm a breast cancer survivor, but I'm not ill anymore, right?
Right.
And so we need to look at mental health the same way, but that doesn't mean ignoring it. If I had ignored my cancer, I wouldn't be here today.
Yeah. And at some point we sort of need to take a little bit of a herd mentality and realize that if the herd is hurting, it doesn't matter which one of us,
Right.
it's all of us that are going to hurt from it.
And it's an epidemic.
Yeah.
So I could go on forever, but
I want you to. You're going to talk for an hour today at the library.
Exactly. So
tell us about that.
It's going to be a great community event. It's a free event today, starting at 11:30 at the Park City Library, brought in by Connect Summit County and the Park City School District are sponsoring the event. And we'll dive into these topics a little deeper. So
real deep. You're just going to lay it all
as
out.
deep as you can is in an hour and a half. Bring lunch. There'll be, I think, free beverages, and let's just sit and have a conversation. I've got a lot to share.
Yeah, you do. I wish we could spend more time with you.
Thank you
could
so much.
easily take the next 2 hours, and it would not be hard.
Oh, come in for a special event.
Thank you. I would like that.
I love Park
Come back
City.
soon. From New York, and made the trip all the way out here just for these events and to be here with us here on the program. So thanks to Randi Silverman, and check out the film as well, and certainly the Lunch and Learn today at the library. More to come here on the program as we wrap up this hour right after these messages.